I thought that this was going to be something that refreshed me and that helped me keep going and doing what I was doing. I just didn't really understand how much this was going to increase the capacity of our organization and increase our impact in the communities. I'm Chris Sichel, and I serve as the President and CEO of Make-A-Wish in San Diego, and I have been here for 14 years now. And what we do is very simple. We just grant a wish to a child who has a critical illness. And we do that to show that child that anything is possible and that you can get to where you desire to be in life and get away from this place that you are now. It just takes hope. You're working with children and families when they're going through the most devastating experiences in their life, and so it does take a toll. Sometimes you don't realize the cumulative effect that leadership in an organization like this or in the nonprofit sector can have. So I was very much feeling it. I think I was still performing at a high level, but I was exhausted. I was exhausted, I think physically, but probably more so emotionally. Sometimes I would come back to my office after meeting a Wish family or hearing about what a family is going through, and I would just close the door and really just need a few minutes to compose myself. And that's when I realized this is probably a good time to step away.
My first reaction was, oh gosh, how is this going to work with Chris not being here? He's been here so long, he's such a steady leader, he's such a trusted, respected part of our team. But as we talked through it and I realized that there was really truly a well laid out plan led by Fieldstone, that this was going to be very methodical, it was going to be well planned out, it wasn't going to be sudden, I started to get a lot more comfortable with it.
The wonderful piece that came from this is realizing, because I spent a year getting my team ready for this, is that they wanted more. I felt like I was dumping on them, but really they wanted more and they wanted to grow professionally.
I stepped in as the acting CEO for the 90 days while he was gone, which meant that I was forced to delegate. And it's hard for me. I think it's hard for a lot of us to delegate because I don't want to feel like I'm giving more work to my team when they're already so busy. But what I learned was that my team wanted to help. Everyone here wants to jump in and to be stretched a little bit and to be pushed. As a result, afterward, because I had to delegate some of my work, I had no choice to delegate to my team. I was freed up to do some of, Chris's job while he was gone. And as a result, I think our entire team is more cross-trained and probably more capable of handling, sudden challenges and changes that pop up.
So I finished on a Friday, and on a Monday I was on a plane. And that really was the best way to go. But it's hard when you turn off your cell phone and your email and you go from being one of the busiest people around to having it be silent. It's quite an adjustment. I flew to Spain and I walked the Camino de Santiago. So I spent 5 weeks walking across Spain, and 500 miles. The second half, when I came home, was divided up into time with each of my 3 adult children and my wife, and doing something purposeful and proactive with each of them.
I think for him, the sabbatical was incredibly important. And I think it really benefited the organization so that by the time he came back, he was really ready to be here.
I was ready to come back to Make-A-Wish. I was missing my family here. I was missing being productive. I was ready to get going.
But right after the sabbatical was really a tough transition.
We had taken over a few things that he had always done in the past. And so I think for him, it was a matter of trying to find what's my new fit in this organization.
Well, I think when I came back, I grabbed all my duties back as they were before, and then started to realize that that wasn't really what my team wanted.
We've found a way to share some of these duties where I've gotten to step up a little bit in my role. I get to be a little more big picture. I get to be a little more involved in operations than I was before.
Once we kind of found our footing, then the opportunity for him to go up to Los Angeles and help them in their transition came up.
Right around the holidays that year, I got a call from our national office that our Los Angeles chapter's CEO and most of their C-suite had departed. And they really needed some help. And because we had just demonstrated that the San Diego chapter operated smoothly and effectively for the 90 days that I was gone, they asked if we would consider me being up there for the duration of a search and getting them back on their feet again.
It was really a neat way for us to parlay our experience here and share it with our friends up north at the Make-A-Wish chapter in Los Angeles so that they could keep running while they were searching for their next CEO. So it was really neat how our sabbatical here kind of helped affect another chapter and therefore another community of Wish kids.
And I would say that we manage now from a culture standpoint, it's more of a shared culture setting environment. And I think I probably rely on Dana and Suzanne more than I ever have for setting culture within the organization.
It's one of the most incredible professional experiences I've ever been given, and I'm so grateful that this happened. But it's definitely changed the way I lead my team, and it's changed the way I view my, my professional growth and kind of where I want to go.
So how am I a different CEO today? I would say I'm working smarter, not harder. So I think part of that is prioritizing, but also recognizing that I have a really, really capable senior team and to let them do their thing.